Hello, hello, hello. It's Attorney Mike Grevin coming to you from an undisclosed location where it's warm. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know if this is going to happen or not. The stream does not look encouraging at the moment. There it is. There's all we've got going on. But we're going to hang out. What's this? We might get some hot mic moments here. Oh no. Oh no. Is he going for boogies? Oh no. Oh no. And we're off. We're off with a bang. All right. Mr. Magoo is scheduled to come in. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm going to hang out for a little bit to see if it does. I am indeed. Let's do this.
Ma'am, are you a whore? You're not a whore? Not a whore? You're not a whore?
I never want to hear it again. Sweet Jesus.
You're not a whore? Not a whore? You're not a whore?
I never want to hear it again.
It gets worse.
There were drugs involved that were given to me that ended up being glue. Like, I smoked some glue and stuff. I thought I was smoking crack.
What?
Let's go.
You didn't say the cat jumped on his wiener, did you?
That's not good.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Cat jumped on his wiener. Cat jumped on his wiener. Shut up. Cat jumped on his wiener. Cat jumped on his wiener. Shut up. Cat jumped on his wiener. Cat jumped on his wiener. Shut up. Cat jumped on his wiener. Cat jumped on
All right. Let me know if you get that confirmed. And then we'll figure something out.
Can you just let this
Well, we're
go
here now,
for
so I'm gonna look for a little bit.
for once.
Okay, that didn't go.
I never want to hear it again.
Are you a whore?
Mr. Sharks,
Not a whore?
Mr. Sharks, Mr. Sharks, Mr. Sharks.
You're not a whore? You're not a whore?
I never want to hear it again.
You're not a whore? You're not a whore?
I never want to hear it again.
Now, if anybody thinks this is okay, I am in the wrong.
There is no schedule at Law Talk Nation. You can only pay to get a notification. If you're lucky, it's a spicy fornication. It's another day on Law Talk with Mike. We got preacher on the dial. Planning always make your chap smile. The pros say can't ever share a file. Defendants are always in denial. He was not driving, he's traveling. His reasons and facts are unraveling. It's another day of Law Talk with Mike. Courtroom is always popping off. You have a failure appear and you scoff. Judge Simpson is never going soft. Webster is always showing heart. We are heading into that SovCit summer. Did you miss the line? That's a bummer. The SovCits never get smarter than dumber. He's not the man, he doesn't need a number. He was not driving, he's traveling. His reasons and facts are unraveling. It's another day of Law Talk with Mike.
Miss Wilding?
Courtroom is always popping off. You have a failure to appear and you scoff. Judge Simpson is never going soft. Webster is always showing hard. We are heading into there is no scandal at Law Talk Nation. Judge Simpson will tell you that being a no. We just have one question, are you a hoe? Mr. Shots, oh Mrs. Shots, oh where did you go? We have questions like on the weekends, do you work selling burritos? The Law Talk with my crew, we here to laugh at you. We see you in court acting all tough. Your soul says citizen life must be so rough. Without getting into further details, there were drugs involved. I thought I was smoking crack, but it was just glue that dissolved. Oh man, I gotta get it together because wow, that was messed up. And your honor, I have IBS and I'm bleeding inside.
We have rulings from the decision desk. They came to the conclusion they have to put the SovCit at the end of the call.
And now Kinky Kelly is shacked up in bed with the fruit bowl. Then the cat jumped on his
I just got to see for 1 minute first. The second I close this down, he's going to open with it. Plus have another song. You see my process.
Without getting into further details, there were drugs involved. I thought I was
yes, there were.
Crack, but it was just glue that dissolved. Oh man, I gotta get it together because wow, that was messed up. And your honor, I have IBS and I'm bleeding inside and it's really rough. The Law Talk with my crew, here to laugh at you. We see you in court acting all tough. Judge Simpson will tell you that. On the highway claiming free, no power over me says my plea. I'm a sovereign in denial, gonna be here for a while. Justice lives and takes a seat. My arguments are obsolete. Just a fool in legal night, trying hard to win the fight. I'm just a sovereign idiot. My defense will fail spectacularly. To be guilty, it's not my style. Arguing laws that ain't worthwhile. I object to every word. No sense in what you've heard. Legal logic hit the ground. Round and round, lost and found. I'm just a sovereign idiot. My defense will fail spectacularly. To be guilty, it's not my style. Arguing laws that ain't worthwhile. I object to every word. No sense in what you've heard. Legal logic hit the ground. Round and round, lost and found. I'm just a sovereign idiot. My defense will fail spectacularly. To be guilty, it's not my style. Arguing laws that ain't worthwhile. In the courtroom standing proud. In a fog but being loud. Pointless battles in my head. Stuck in rules I don't understand. In the courtroom standing proud. In a fog but being loud. Pointless battles in my head. Stuck in rules I don't understand. In the courtroom standing proud. In a fog but being loud. Pointless battles in my head.
¿Y qué voz es? This is Mr. Beck, Judge. We're
Oh yes, I'm ready with the plan B because I'm a pro.
submitting appointment orders for him, but he's a petitioner from
You're welcome.
Miss Chang has a petition to revoke his probation, which I've seen.
One second, Mr. Beck. Mr. Beck, raise your right hands for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
I do.
All right. One second.
This guy's not a sovereign, but it's fun. It is fun. I think this was Alyssa. I got one from Alyssa and one from Brecken. I think this was Alyssa's.
All right, sorry about that. Okay, Mr. Beck, you're before the court on State of Georgia versus Dexter Jamal Beck, 2023 CR 07318, and 2021 CR 00449. You were before this court for battery family violence, simple battery family violence, and simple battery family violence on the 19th day of February 2024. You were sentenced to 24 months on probation. You have 1 month and 15 days remaining on the first case, 2023 CR 07318, and 12 months on the consecutive case, 2021 CR 00449. This is your second hearing, and the sentence was not told. Says you failed to avoid injurious and vicious habits. You tested positive for the metabolites of alcohol. You failed to comply with counseling. So you failed to do the family violence intervention program. You failed to attend NA or AA. You failed to complete risk reduction program. You failed to complete community service, and you failed to pay your currently $2,880 in arrears. Wow, sir. You have wasted 11 months and done nothing. So tell me what's going on. Why?
When I came to see you, I had told you I wasn't working. I was out of work. So all the things that I really have to pay for, I didn't have the money to do. Like I was just telling my attorney here that I just recently received a job like back in November.
AA is free, and staying off, not drinking is free.
Like I said, I've been everything that I have to pay for, I haven't attended to because I just didn't have the money to do it. I've been doing my
Okay, how many times have you gone to AA?
I don't have my log. I've been doing.
You just don't have what?
I don't have my log, so I can't really give you an exact number. But I've been doing my AA meetings like once a week, as told to me to do so. So I've been doing my AA meetings.
Judge, not to interrupt, but I do note that he has been reporting to probation, and I was curious as to why he was assigned to do a risk reduction course when there's no DUI attached to his plea. I understand sometimes some alcohol conditions may be put on there if that's part of the allegation that alcohol was involved. But I just didn't see why a risk reduction course would be part of it, considering there's no charges dealing with driving. But
okay, well,
that aside, Judge,
even if we ignored all of that, Mr. Beck has done bupkis, and this is his second hearing, and he tested positive for alcohol. How old are you, Mr. Beck?
28.
Mr. Beck, you're 28 years old. Is this gonna be your life?
No,
Red
ma'am.
jumpsuit.
No, ma'am.
It's starting to be, Mr. Beck. I got 2 cases in front of me. You basically have done nothing on probation. This is your second hearing. So I feel like you're okay with this.
I'm not okay with it. Like I always been trying to do my best with doing what's been asked of me to do.
No, sir. See, just trying to do your best. You're 28 years old. You're a grown man. If you were trying to do your best, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. So much more would be done.
I understand what you're saying, but if it's hard for me to find a job, what more do you want me to do about the classes that I have to
What
take?
you looking for, Mr. Beck? What kind of job we talking about?
I mean, any job that'll accept me to come and work for them. So,
But,
what
Judge,
Mr. Beck, you obviously don't know about the legal hustle. Mr. Beck, do you know I can sew? I can braid. I can lay concrete if I have to. I can do lawn work. I have driven a backhoe. I have driven a dump truck. I have graded a road using said backhoe. All of this is self-taught. I have put shingles on a roof. All of this. And I'm not no big girl. I'm like 5'2". So I have learned all of these things. If I can figure out I put a gas line in a hedge trimmer one time because I needed a new gas line to make the hedge trimmer work. I figured it out. So, Mr. Beck, if I could figure out how to do all of these things, and I got a law degree, you can figure out how to do some jobs. You can do some jobs. You don't have to get a job where somebody's hiring you. They need people to do all kinds of stuff. There's people doing roofing work, plumbing work. Even if you don't know how to do it, they need somebody to haul away scrap. Okay, can I come by and pick up the scrap and move that out of the way for you? There's things you can do. Mr. Beck, a little ingenuity. I'm gonna need folk in your age group to stop acting like y'all are helpless. Y'all been babied. Y'all have been babied. I'm just tell you, I'm from that old school, the one where your mamas ain't doing for you. They gonna push you out of the nest and make you figure out how to do stuff. Find something. All these jobs you looking for, okay, then figure out how to earn $1. Offer to do some work for somebody. Yo, man, can I help you pick up this concrete or lay concrete or pick up this plywood or clean up this work site so I can make $1? I'm just tired of y'all 20-somethings coming before me and y'all just don't do nothing. And then in all of this, knowing what you have, then you decide to go drink.
I don't know, Judge. She's laid some pipe, apparently.
I don't even drink, Your Honor. The only reason why that.
Well, what happened? Did somebody pour some down? You had, oh, wait, let me get. Did you have vodka pasta or rum cake?
Neither. I was just sick and I just went for what I knew is taking simple medicine, and that's really what it was.
No, sir. No.
I was praying he would say tequila lollipop.
I'm not buying the medicine, the NyQuil. I'm not.
No such luck.
That's the only excuse I have because I really don't even drink like that. As he was just trying to figure out as to why I have to take DUI classes with no record of me alcohol or drugs.
Okay. I see Mr. Lynch has given you an idea about how to talk to me about your case. Okay, even if we skip the DUI program, you ain't done nothing else.
Judge,
I'm gonna need Ms. Chang, what's your recommendation?
Your Honor, probation recommends that 120 days be revoked and revoke the first offender status on the consecutive case. Close the case.
Oh, that sounded good to me.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
I would just point out that he was given a 24-month sentence. So he has a whole nother year in which he can prove to this.
No. So, Mr. Lynch, this is the thing that I don't like people saying. Okay, I'm gonna waste the whole first year. So I got the second year to do right. No, if you wanted to show me that you want to be done, then do it all in the first year. And then the second year, I say, hey, we don't need to do this the second year because he did everything. He showed me that he really wanted to be off probation. He showed me that that this had an effect on him. So no, I'm not doing.
Judge, I agree with you here, but in case you haven't noticed, he's not an overachiever.
I'm gonna tell. Will you say 180 days, Ms. Chang?
120, Your Honor.
It sounded like you said 180 because that's what I'm hearing.
Judge, and again, if I could just point out that while I understand, Your Honor, that he needs to get the conditions done in the first year, that would be the right way to do it. I think Mr. Beck did indicate that he does actually have a job now, working at.
I didn't hear that. All I heard was it was hard for me to get a job and I couldn't do anything.
And that's why I want to make sure he expressed it. Hold on, you're interrupting me. I'm trying to speak. I'm trying to help out. He does have a job currently. He's working at Amazon. He has made some small payments toward probation. He has been reporting. He does have 3 children that he helps support, ages 5, 3, and 2. And what I was going to say about the additional term of probation is that, Judge, if you were to release him back to probation to give him another chance to show that he's willing to actually make some progress, if he does not, you still have well more than 180 days to work with if he comes up for another violation, Judge.
But this is the second hearing, Mr. Lynch. I'm just tired of second hearings. I'm tired of people who play me the first time and then come back and tell me about all the children they supporting. If he wasn't able to support himself and do anything, he ain't supporting them kids. Their grandparents are. Whoever the mama is living with her mama and they supporting these kids. Where your kids living, Mr. Beck?
They live with my baby mother and they have their own apartment. She has her own place.
And she's probably on assisted living if she's not working and sufficiently to support them. But you're not supporting them. So I'm this whole thing of, well, I'm supporting my kids and please.
He's not going to be the sole provider.
No, I hope the Lord he's not. I mean, I did put him under oath at the beginning of this.
Right.
Mr. Beck, I'm gonna teach you that you don't need to be trifling anymore. I just really, you're gonna need to start standing up and being a man. That 120 days is sounding real good. Real good. Mr. Beck is gonna get this 120 days because this is your second hearing. I'm just so done with you. Yeah. Let's get this 120 days, and then after that, we'll suspend as long as there's no violations. We'll suspend the remainder of the.
I like I'm just so done with you. She really is. She really is. I like her. She's fun.
The term, but that means that if you mess up, then you'll come back to me, and I still have 12 months or whatever left to play with. So yeah, 120 days will be revoked. Mr. And in your words, sir. Everybody, when it gets hot, they always want to throw their kids in here. Supporting my kids. If you were supporting your family, you wouldn't have time to mess up like this. I'm sorry. No. Tired of people using these kids as an excuse, and they're not even really helping like that.
Well, Judge, that was funny as well as his I'm gonna be muted if you thought you were.
Huh?
I was just letting Mr. Austin know he was not muted because I just heard him make a comment.
Yes, it does.
The consecutive cases of
And
first
that's why it
offender.
continues.
I do. I remember. Thank you.
Yes, she was just she's with Hassan. Yeah.
All right, raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true? All right, you can put your hand down, sir. And this is Mr. Who's this?
This is Mr. Brian Brown, Judge, 2024 CR 09987.
All right, so Mr. Brown, you're before the court, Ryan the Jody Brown, for theft by shoplifting. You're represented by the law firm of Lister Holton Dennis. Mr. Owen Lynch is with you. Mr. Lynch, what does your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Judge, he pleads guilty, just count one, the only count, theft by shoplifting.
All right, Mr. Brown, by entering a plea of guilty, you give up the right to have a trial by jury. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Did you understand all of these things, sir? All right. Factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On or about April 22nd of 2024, Officer J. Knox was dispatched to 4866 Jonesboro Road, Forest Park, Georgia 30297, Clayton County, in regards to a theft. Upon his arrival, he made contact with the complainant, Melanie Hornsby, who stated that she observed 3 males coming to the incident location, which is also known as the Spot liquor store. Looking around, she then stated that she watched video footage and observed one of the males grab a Hennessy bottle valued at $40, which is the defendant standing before you, grab the bottle valued at $40, walk over to the cooler and put the bottle into his pants. She then stated that the defendant left the store, got into a 4-door silver BMW and left in an unknown direction.
Ah, the perfect crime. I don't know how they ever cracked it. He takes a bottle of Hennessy over in front of the cooler and sticks it in his pants. In a liquor store with cameras and people, working there. Like, dude, you got a bottle in your pants.
Officer Knox did observe camera footage of the males. They were inside the aisle where the Hennessy bottles were located. He did observe that they did grab one of the Hennessy bottles. He also observed the defendant wearing a gray sweater, gray pants, black shoes, and a hat, standing by the coolers and placing something in his pants. And he did observe the defendant walk out of the store as well and get into a BMW and drive away on a location. At that time, Your Honor, a warrant was issued for the defendant's arrest. Your Honor, the state's offer is 12 months probation, a fine of $200. The defendant is to complete the theft prevention course, 40 hours of community service, and he is to stay away and not return to the incident location, which is 4866 Jonesboro Road, Forest Park, Georgia 30297, also known as the one second, what's the name of the store? The Spot liquor store.
All right, Mr. Lynch.
Judge, I am going to ask the court to accept the recommendation from the state, but I did want to note Mr. Brown is currently held here on this case and has a holdout of Fulton County, which he thought was going to be lifted, but it has not been. So we just ask that he be ordered to report to probation, I guess, within 48 hours of being released from custody of any, jurisdiction that has him in custody. We had discussed other options, but he believes he'll be out of custody in a reasonable amount of time where he can complete this. So,
How old are you, Mr. Brown?
26.
Mr. Brown, you're doing too much. First of all, if you can't afford Henny, you don't drink Henny. So stealing Henny and then getting into a BMW, I don't know what, it's not, your lifestyle is not consistent. It's not consistent. If you're driving a BMW and you can afford to drive a BMW, then you should be able to afford Henny. If you can't afford,
He can't afford any of it, Judge, and you know it, which is why you're busting on him, and it's glorious. Baller on a budget.
afford Henny, you don't drink Henny. We clear? You're doing too much because Mr. Lynch has indicated that our jurisdiction is not the only jurisdiction in which you have a pending case. Sir, get your life together. You're 23 years old. Do you want to be coming back in an orange or a red jumpsuit when you're 30, 40, 50? Because that's where you headed. Because a theft by shoplifting is called a crime of moral turpitude. It means your morals ain't right. And a crime of moral turpitude will help you to stay on a bad path because nobody's going to want to hire you. If they can't trust you because you stealing Henny, they won't hire you. If you can't get hired, then the only paths left to you are homelessness or bad paths. We clear? I don't know what it is where these teenagers and 20-somethings think that, oh, this doesn't count. This goes, as they used to say in school, this goes on your permanent record. You're an adult now. Nobody's going to hold your hand. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you. Your mama ain't able to do anything. She might put up bond, but beyond that, this ain't on her. You need to start acting like a grown adult. We clear?
Yes, ma'am.
You have children?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
How many you got?
2.
Don't have any more because you're not even old enough to act like a parent. You out here stealing liquor when you got kids at home that somebody's taking care of, that you're obviously not taking care of because you're so busy going from jurisdiction to jurisdiction, getting cases, catching cases, as they say. Let me tell you something, sir. Your kids didn't ask to be here. They deserve 2 parents who are going to actually be parents, not baby daddies, a dad, somebody who's going to be there when they're sick, somebody who's going to know their teachers, who's going to know what their school breaks are, who's going to arrange extracurricular activities for them, somebody who's going to be the parent who's going to be there on the sidelines when they play football or basketball. That's what kids deserve. They don't just deserve somebody dropping by with some Pampers every now and again. We clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So at 23 years old, you've already decided to be an adult and a parent. So act like one. Stop all this foolishness going from jurisdiction to jurisdiction, making bad decisions, and start making the decisions that mean your kids are going to grow up with a good life. Because right now, you're not going to see them for Christmas. Because as soon as I finish with you, somebody else is going to come get you. And Fulton County moves really slowly. You might not see them until the new year. What I'm telling you is stop wasting your life on foolishness. Because that same bottle of Henny, you could have done away without that, sir, thinking you slick. We clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, whatever time you spend between Clayton County, Fulton County, or whatever other jurisdiction you in, I'm gonna need you to start thinking through some things. I'm gonna need you to start thinking about how you're gonna earn legitimate money to take care of those kids you've made. I'm gonna need you also consider the fact that condoms are cheaper than child support or child care. And if you don't want to pay child support or be a father, then you might want to buy a supply of condoms for yourself for Christmas, okay? And use them. We clear? And if no,
All these judges do this, and I understand it. They say very reasonable things to these defendants, but it's completely wasted. These people with this mentality have no intention of ever paying for anything. It's never occurred to them. He's not thinking, oh, let's get squared away and start adding to my 401k. This is not his mentality, nor will it ever be his mentality. It's depressing, but that's where we are.
nobody else has spoken to you, I apologize on behalf of every adult who let you get to this point and be this irresponsible. We clear?
Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, I'm going to accept your plea. I'll sentence you to 12 months probation, a fine in the amount of $200. It's going to be $298 with the surcharges. You're going to take a theft prevention course and do 40 hours of community service. You're not to go back to 4866 Jonesboro Road, Forest Park, Georgia, Clayton County, the Spot Liquor Store. Excuse me, and you'll turn yourself in within 24 hours of getting out of jail from the wherever you going after you leave me. 24 hours. We clear? If I find out that more than 24 hours, if 26 hours goes by before you show up at the Clayton County Probation Office, then you'll be coming back to me and we'll have a different conversation, okay?
Yeah.
Don't spend the rest of your life being trifling. Be a man. Man up, grow up, raise those kids like a father, not a baby daddy. You can't do it in an orange jumpsuit. You got me?
No.
All right, and don't have any more right now. We're clear? Buy yourself some condoms. Okay. All right, you can go back with the sheriff's office.
Crawford, man.
All right, last case.
Eight 80738 and 80740. All parties are present. Mr. Coles indicated that he wished to represent himself and that he also wanted a preliminary hearing. Ms. Thomas, you can proceed.
Officer, could you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm that the evidence you shall now present before the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Put your hand down, state your name for the record.
Officer Jamal Howard.
And Officer Howard, how are you employed?
I'm employed with the Clayton County Police Department.
And were you so employed on July the 18th of 2024?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you in the area of 12580 Simmons Road, Hampton?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that within the confines of Clayton County?
Yes, it is.
Did you come into contact with defendant Joshua Coles on or about that date?
Yes.
What brought you into contact with Mr. Coles?
I was a call for service. His mother called.
Well, since it's not on, what would you like me to do? Like a play, sort of guessing what I think is going to happen? I think he's going to lose.
Saying she was feeling threatened by him. He was he went in her bedroom, standing over her, threatened to kill her.
Did Mr. Coles at the time live at that residence?
Yes, he did.
And was there anyone else present in the home?
Just him, no ma'am, just him and his mother.
So his mother, did she make any calls or anything indicating that where anyone else could hear what he did?
No.
Did you talk to the defendant?
Yes, I did.
Did he make any statements to you?
Yes, he did.
What did he say?
While I was speaking with him, he just kept speaking on random topics, completely off subject from the questions I was asking him. But the other officer on scene, he did admit to him that he did stand over his mother, threatening to kill her.
Did he indicate why he threatened to kill his mother?
I'm not sure, not to my knowledge.
You yourself talked to the victim, however, correct?
Yes, I did.
And was she in fear for her safety?
Yes, she was.
Did she believe that her son would in fact try to kill her?
Yes, ma'am.
Did she indicate if there was any type of mental health issue going on, or was there alcohol or drugs or anything going on with him?
I believe she said he has a mental health issue.
Okay. After speaking to the victim and the defendant, what else happened, if anything?
That was about it for that day.
Did you leave him there or where did he go?
He was arrested.
And I might have already asked you this, but in an abundance of caution, did she was afraid?
Yes, ma'am, she did.
And have there been any problems with them before that you know of? Or did she indicate there had been any problems with them?
She said in the past, yes.
What happened in the past?
Same thing. He, runs up on her. He just scared her. This is, I'm guessing, some type of mental health issue. I mean, I guess whatever he said on that day scared her to the point where she had to lock herself in a room, call 911.
Is that where she was barricaded in her room?
Yes.
How did she know, or how did y'all affect entry?
We let dispatch know to give her a call back, and she had to come open the front door.
Okay. And the defendant, when y'all arrived, he was, where was he?
He was just laying on the sofa.
While she was locked in the bedroom?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I believe that's all I have reserved right for redirect.
All right. If you can unmute Mr. Coles at the jail to see if he has any questions. Mr. Coles, do you have any questions for Officer Howard?
I do not, but I just know he said that
I'm just right. We'll get to the second part. I just need to know if you have any questions for him. This is your opportunity.
You said that I wasn't doing anything initially to be arrested, right? It's not exactly how you said it, but this, But anyway, we go on to the next question.
What's your next question?
I don't have any more.
Okay. All right. Any redirect, Ms. Thomas?
No, ma'am.
All right. Any other witnesses or any other evidence?
Not at this time.
All right, Mr. Coles, did you want to, I advise you that you probably shouldn't testify, but you have a right to testify. Would you like to testify on your own behalf?
Yes.
Of course he does. Of course he does. Let's hear what he has to say.
All right, please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm that any information that you say today will be the truth? So say I do.
I do.
You can lower your hand. All right, this is your opportunity to testify. Did you have anything you wanted to testify to?
Testify?
Yeah. Did you have anything you wanted to say on your own behalf?
What do you want? Oh, well.
About this incident.
Knowing that I'm a dependent, like my mom, like I stay with my mom, we're still one-on-one with money.
So, Mr. Coles, let me clarify. This is your opportunity to talk about what the officer just testified about what happened on the incident date on July 18th. Did you want to talk about that at this time?
That's what I'm talking about, because this is about money the whole time.
Okay, all right, let me hear.
You're making it about freedom of speech. But that's what I'm saying.
It's not about freedom of speech. It's about relevant testimony. So what happened on July 18th that you want the court to know?
Well, y'all already know what happened. I don't have to say anything.
All right, so do you have anything to add?
No.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Argument, Ms. Thomas?
Your Honor, I'm going to stand on the officer's testimony, and in that regard, state would ask that the case in its entirety be transferred to the Superior Court of Fulton County. Excuse me, I keep saying Fulton, Clayton County.
All right.
Well, it looks like that's all we had there. We had a little mothering from two judges. Let's go over here real quick.
Just put it in the chat. She's waiving her right to preliminary examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes.
You understand that a preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offense alleged was committed and that you committed it.
Yes.
You understand that by waiving that proceeding, you'll not have that hearing. You'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
Yes.
People also waive their right.
We are, Judge. Yes, thank you.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendant is bound over to circuit court on the single.
He's still got his cock
Ron
sign
Brown
up.
Kring on behalf of my client, waive reading, stand mute, request pretrial in circuit court.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute, court will enter a not guilty plea. Pretrial will be set for
January 15th at 1:30 before Judge Conlon.
I have a whole video
January
on that.
15,
Like a year
2025,
ago.
1:30, Judge Conlon.
Your Honor, Mr. Burke and I will stipulate to stipulate to a reduction in bond to 3,500. Is that what we agreed on, Mr. Burke?
That is correct. It should be 30. Well, based on the fact the arrearage is a little north of 14,000, the arrearage should be under the statute, 3,500 cash only to be posted in the defendant's name only.
What's it currently set?
It looks like it's 5,123, I believe.
That's what the jail has.
Correct. That's what's on here. Has something been paid on it? Is that the?
All right.
Your Honor, when the complaint was filed, I think it was, the complaint mentions 20,000.
All right. So it looks like nothing's shaking. Does anybody know when it's back on? I don't know that I can do it, but I'll try. I got some doings transpiring over here. Nothing you need to know about. Let me see. All right, so what I saw earlier in the chat is that's noon. I'm in a different time zone. That's noon Eastern time. Oh, I gotta do math. I'm certainly not hanging out here for another 2 hours on stream, waiting for this thing to start. When it's a sovereign citizen who may not show up. All right, I'll do the best I can. I'll close this one down. I'll try to start another stream. If anyone knows when it's starting, and you probably don't yet, it's probably just back on the call, so it depends how long everything else will take. It's 9:45 Eastern time now, so like 2 hours from now minimum. He was scheduled for noon when Simpson adjourned it. They scheduled him for noon in the last call. Well, then why did Brecken tell me it was going to be 9 o'clock? These are the questions I have. So I'd start a stream and then use her clip? That could be. That could be. All right, I'll try to figure it out. Why would he do it on? He's on a noon docket for today. Doesn't Simpson take a lunch? Whatever. Whatever. We had fun. We had fun with Plan B. I will do my best to get back here. I'm not making guarantees, but I will do my best to catch Mr. Magoo. If possible. Thank you all for coming out. I will see you soon.